Welcome to Real as Possible, where two sisters keep it real with hilarious stories from our childhood and honest conversations about faith, life, and everything in between. Welcome to Real as Possible. It's been a hot minute.
It has. It feels like forever.
It kind of has been forever, and we apologize for that. We have reasons.
Been busy.
And you guys don't get to know them. No, I'm just kidding. It really has been busy. I feel like I don't see my sister because she works a lot, and it's amazing.
I don't know, but a lot. It's just the hours are...
I think it takes a lot out of you, too.
It does.
You know, it's a good job.
It's a 9 to 5, so it's just kind of like...
It's a lot, though. Especially
5 o'clock,
as a mom.
and then you only have a few hours in the evening, and you're just like, gotta go to bed.
And I'm homeschooling, and so certain times of the day for recording, you know, we just have to figure out a good routine in that, and we'll get there. But it's the summertime. I think it's a little bit easier to be more consistent.
It is. The last 2 summers still have been hard because of summer school and then traveling,
vacations. Yeah.
I feel like the last 2 summers we weren't as close as we used to be. Because we used to hang out like every other day or so.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, you only live like almost 20 minutes away, but
it's not
still, it is so hard to get on each other's
schedules
and everything. But, and the last few times were snowstorms. You have a lot of snow here.
Another one's coming.
Yep. Another one. Yeah.
Kids are hoping for a snow day.
When is that coming?
I think it was Tuesday into Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
My hands are dry, so I'm just putting lotion on throughout this
is
whole
not
entire...
a product placement. This is not an ad.
I am not sponsored by them.
This girl has got the driest skin.
So dry.
And like mine, not like my lips are always bad because I'm,
this season is like always really bad for me.
Do you have a water softener?
No,
you need
I don't.
To get one.
I do. Yeah. But I think for me, it's more of like I'm washing my hands so much at work.
Yeah.
Because that's just where my job
is. There a special, like,
sometimes I throw gloves on.
What is that?
I'm like, I can't anymore.
One with lotion in it while you're, you know what I mean? There's like a duo.
Oh, like a sanitizer.
Dual action. Yeah.
Actually, my coworker just gifted me one that has moisturizer in it.
Yeah, because girl, you are a lizard in the desert.
It is.
Looks painful.
Summer's not as bad, but it's painful.
Yeah.
It is. It's like itchy and burning.
Yeah.
And I am realizing like a lot of scented stuff does not work with me.
Right.
I just switched to this one brand and I bought 3 of them and I'm determined to use it all up, but it burns.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think that one's done.
Yeah. So we've just been chugging along, and then we had Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And that was very simple.
Remember. Was it?
It was very, it was just our family. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember it.
I'll be honest though, today I woke up kind of like not feeling, you know, like when you go to bed and everything's dry and you wake up and it's just like, you feel better in the afternoon or at night, but during the day you just feel like trash.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I was today. And I just told Bailey, I was like, I'll be honest with you, babe, I barely remember teaching you guys anything this morning. And she's like, you were really tired.
Yeah, I think she said that she noticed like she was saying something about it where it's like your reading was very monotone.
It was. Something. I was not excited.
No.
Also, I'm teaching human growth right now.
Sounds fun.
And development and all of that with Bailey, not with Ellie. She watches science videos while we do this, for now. Mm-hmm. And then we'll go back onto history. So, speaking of history, here's a fun little tidbit. Are you ready?
Yes.
You don't care about history, but I
love history. I just can't soak it up like you and Matt can.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't stick in my brain.
You know Joan of Arc, right?
Yes.
So I
have that book, the old one.
Oh, okay.
I'll show it to you.
You should.
I think it's like I don't know how old. It's old. I usually get 100-year-old books, but I don't know if it's that old.
I am more into American history. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so as I'm going further, like so far we have covered ancient history and now we're doing medieval times.
Ooh, now that would be my favorite.
So
it's crazy.
I was kind of like, ugh, like I don't even know, like even the Roman emperor, the Roman Empire, I didn't even realize how that was. I didn't know. I have no idea. And not that I wasn't like, oh, I don't ever care. It's just that I never
I
And
mean,
like,
it's,
I'm not,
yeah.
and it's not that I'm unwilling to learn about it. Cause now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is kind of wild. Like, because medieval times and the Renaissance is right after medieval times.
Mm-hmm.
And, uh, basically after these wars after the plague, that, that's when a lot of the, what do you call it? The dynasty, when it's like a king, a queen, a
Yeah.
duke, duchess, all that stuff. Those things kind of were flattened and
Mm-hmm.
no longer. There's a word for it, and I can't think of it, so I'm really sorry. But yeah, maybe it'll come to me in a second. But those things no longer were established really, and so then you have people who had more freedom to use art and start creating
Mm-hmm.
inventors. So that's
Yeah.
where you get Leonardo da Vinci and Van
Mm-hmm.
Gogh, all of these people or whatever that started to create, these awesome inventions. So anyway, then you have Joan of Arc. So Joan of Arc, I did not realize. I thought that Joan of Arc was dressed like as a man to disguise herself as being a woman so that she would be accepted into
Mm-hmm.
the army. Is that how you understood it?
I don't know a whole lot about it. Like the book that I have, like it's like a story, and I only got a few pages in because it's a very old book. So like I don't care to fiddle with
Yeah,
all
like
my old
yeah,
stuff.
right. And the writing's a little bit trickier
Yeah,
sometimes to read.
it's hard to read.
Yeah.
Like even Jane Austen stuff can be
That's
hard
true.
to read.
That is true.
Because Pride and Prejudice, I don't know how many times I tried reading it. I love the story, but I've seen, like the
Yeah.
movies and the
Yeah.
series and stuff. But
It's more of an audiobook for me.
yeah, Joan of Arc is one that I'm not familiar with, but I remember like the first little bit that I read it.
Yeah.
But I've never thought about it
Yeah. So
at all.
that's how I always understood it. Or even maybe either I got it confused or we were taught that growing up in public schooling that's kind of how it was laid out. But no, they always knew her as a woman in the army. She just wore men's clothing because it's what she had for the armor.
I would feel like it would be
stuff
a
like
lot
that.
easier to maneuver in men's clothing.
Yeah,
then
right. It
compared
was
to
just
what women wore.
Yeah, so she wore all of the clothing.
I'd be tripping.
And yeah. But anyway, so she was fighting for her country, and then and there's never been like
I'm stuck.
there's never been like a terrible word said about her. She was very, very persistent in saying that the Lord told her that she was going to fight in this army. And then she went to trial for, technically they got her on like a technicality. One was that it was like heresy.
Yeah.
So she was charged for heresy because she was saying that the Lord told her to. And then she was charged for wearing men's clothing.
Yeah.
And that's how they got her, basically. And so they burned her at a stake at 19 years old.
Oh, my gross.
Yes.
No, thank you.
And so I'm like reading this to the girls, and I am like, oh my gosh, this is like, and I knew this, but you're reading it as like more of an adult.
I didn't even know any of that.
Yeah. And then King Henry or George, I can't remember, I'm so sorry. There's the king that she fought for. He reopened the case 25 years after she died to get her name cleared. So they opened up like this whole investigation and everything, and they cleared her name, and people lined up for like a huge line of people came and testified on behalf of her and her character and how amazing she was. And they cleared her name.
Wow.
And she then was canonized as a saint. So Saint Joan. And so I thought that, like, I started crying when I was reading that to the
Yeah.
girls. I was like, oh my gosh, like, because she fought alongside that king. She loved
Mhm.
him. She did that for him. And so he felt like it was important that she got her name cleared.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really amazing. So I just cried about that with the girls, and they probably thought I was crazy. But I'm like, no, I think it's, I don't know. I just got to know this like young woman, and I'm like, ah, that's so, and people are still talking about her to this day.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So that's my fun little historical fact. Hopefully fact. It happened a long time ago, but
I don't have any.
I just loved it. I loved learning about it. And of course then we had to switch into science. So now we're doing a science unit, and then we'll be learning about, I don't remember who we're learning about next. It might actually be the Revolutionary War soon.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah, for me, because I love
Yeah.
it. Mm-hmm.
And we had ancestry that
We did.
fought in that one.
Yep.
So
We did.
it gets a little more
On
personal.
both sides. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, like mom's side, but both her
Right.
parents' side, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. But yeah. Anyway, shifting gears a little bit, how have things been for you in this wintry season? Are you feeling
It's fine. Like usually I'm really down
yeah.
in the winter. And I think that's very common for everyone. Not everyone, but a good majority of people,
Yeah.
because you get those winter blues and you lose a lot more sunlight. Is that a mosquito?
Where?
It's December and it's cold in here. Yeah, it's behind you. We'll see how this turns out. We'll see if it comes back. Here it comes.
Oh, it isn't. Get out of here.
I don't even know how it's.
Miyagi. Is that his
alive.
Mr. Miyagi? Miyagi?
You're pretending you had a wand. Wingardium Leviosa.
No, the
Oh, Karate
Chopstick?
Kid.
Yeah.
Mr.
Miyagi.
Miyagi.
I said Miyago at first. That's
I
probably why
thought you
you
said
thought it was
Miyagi.
you said
I was
Miyago.
But yeah, I just see I'm my ADHD, man. It was like a squirrel, but it was a mosquito. No, I myself am doing really good.
Were you worried coming into the winter season because of
I had a couple days where there was like the blues, but I recognized it as like, okay, I know I go through this.
yeah.
I know that it's just the way my brain works, and that I'm losing daylight because by the time I get home, I have like maybe 15 minutes before it's pitch black.
Yeah.
So I just kind of was already in the mindset of I know what this is and it's going to pass. Like
Yeah.
this will pass. Work helps.
Okay.
You know, it's been going really good. And Matt made this comment last night. He's like, 'cause Matt works 6 days a week. So he wakes up at 4 in the morning some days and 6 in the morning some days. Like it's just day by day. And he goes, I love Sundays because I get to sleep in. But I also hate Sundays because Sunday night comes and I have to go back to work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get back to work.
Mhm.
And he's just like,
That's
what?
amazing.
And that's like completely opposite of last year. But
Right.
I'm like, I can't wait to get back to work. And I'm like, because I know Saturday's coming.
Yeah.
Because Saturdays are my like special moments and I love it and I look forward to it. So, no, I think just this winter, it's been the routine of like go to work, you do your thing, come home, make dinner. But I've been really into like just reading and writing. And
Yeah.
so I get really excited to get all my jobs done for the day to get to that one point. And even if I don't read or write, like yesterday, we had a very lazy day. Like I don't even know like if I got off the chair.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
I had
was
a
like
lazy
that.
day.
Well, today I was kind of like that, but the other day I was like, I don't think I've left my bed all day.
Yeah. And I told Matt that because usually I'm not like that. I'm doing something around the house
Mm-hmm.
or complaining about somebody around the house. And I was just sitting there and I was crocheting because Lainey made it a point. She's like, you only got 2 weeks left before Christmas. You better get on it. Because she knew I was working on her blanket. Yeah, she's been really putting me in my place. And I was crocheting, and I did that forever yesterday. And Matt was just watching TV, and I was
Did you
just
get the right
doing my
color
thing.
yarn?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
You almost have to take a picture of it.
Well, even then, I'm like questioning if it was
Yeah.
the right color because of the lighting and stuff. But
I mean, like, take a picture of the label.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a really good idea. I like
It's not like it's just like green.
I like your brain. How I manage my house, because I do, is very much a miracle.
I'm like laughing so hard, my ear is like buzzing. I'm not sure that's
a
okay.
mosquito.
Yeah.
But no, so this winter it's been fine, and it's going fast.
I agree.
I'm
you know
like,
what's not
Christmas
going
is
fast?
coming.
Amazon Prime.
No.
Everything's 6 days out now.
I know. I
I'm
was
like, what am I
forget
paying
this.
for?
What in the world?
I sound like an 80-year-old, like whatever. But honestly, I'm like,
I get it.
I know.
Everyone's
I'm trying to
doing
be.
it.
I'm trying to be kind too, because my husband used to do like side jobs and help with wintertime postage. It's a lot,
dude.
I get it.
It's a lot.
It's just kind of like, dang it, because Joe and
They're long
our
hours.
anniversary is this Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and we're 17 years.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I'm not gonna say what he's gonna edit this, so I can't say what I got him. But I am like trying to order him this thing, and it's like it comes on our anniversary. But
That's okay.
That's fine. But then I'm like, oh, I have to teach for co-op because we go to a homeschool co-op. And I'm like, oh, I'll do a little craft with them. Nope, it won't come until the 13th, and I teach on Thursday. So
we have tomorrow's at work. Tomorrow marks the 67th day of school. So
that's it.
I know.
Yeah, 100 days always in spring.
Yeah,
Around that
it's a
time.
little rough, but we're kind of celebrating the whole 6-7 thing as a joke at work, and
you guys are just leaning into it, aren't you?
I think we might just have to.
There's no
Just
fighting
do it and then
Yeah.
get it out of their system. It's like let's get this out of our system, because a lot of times we just ignore it. We're like, okay, but we were looking at 6-7 T-shirts and stuff on Amazon, and they're like, you have 2 hours to get this before Monday, and I'm like, oh, okay, I have 2 hours before it goes to like, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I went and said, okay,
You
I'll
have
try
what's it
again pretty
called?
soon. Prime?
No, you have a Cricut.
Yeah, that's work.
Yeah, I
It
guess.
is. It's still work.
Yeah, because you
But
don't
I
have it just
don't
out. You have to
have-
pull it out and get all
have
the
to,
stuff.
yeah, because I don't have an area. I
Right.
have to like take it out, hook it all up, set it all up. And then I also don't have like the iron on, which I think would be super easy still. You can still use your iron, I would think, like
Yeah.
a regular one. But it just seemed like a lot of work. So Lainey she was with her cousin, and she went to like Michael's or something. She's like, Mom, I'm coming home to get my wallet. I'm going to Michael's. And I'm like, for what? And she goes, we're going to get some 6-7 stuff, because I guess their school, because Lainey doesn't go to the same school as where I work.
Mm.
Their school is doing it with the students. And I was like, fine, it's your money. I don't care if you want to buy 6-7 stuff. So I told her to get me something too, and she didn't.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna probably
you
wing
can
it.
make like a beaded bracelet quick.
That's what I asked her. I'm like, can you
6-7.
just write me a 6-7 so I can say I participated?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't have that. I'm like, but you
Or
have
I guess you
letters.
could put it. Would it be too distracting? Like put it on your cheek or something like.
No, I guess a
6-7?
lot of people are just gonna draw on their face.
Yeah.
It's a cheap way to do it.
Yeah.
And Lainey's got face
A neck tattoo.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should make it primal.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
And then like the weird, I don't know.
Urban.
Is it urban? I don't know. Some weird looking thing.
What
Add
is
some
the
thorns to
word?
it.
The one with the. I know what you're
I
saying.
don't know.
You're saying tribal.
Tribal.
Oh my
It is not it.
I said urban,
What is
you said primal, and it's
primal.
tribal.
Anyways,
I could have said turban. I could have just put them both together.
Let's just figure it out. And we did.
Yeah, we got there,
But
guys.
So, I don't know. But I do think the winter, we got snow early.
We
We
us,
haven't
that
had this
is
for a long
early.
time.
Yeah, it's
like since we were kids.
Was it here on Thanksgiving?
Yes. I think.
I don't remember.
I think it was. I think it was here on Thanksgiving, if not right after. But we're not used
It's
to
during
it.
that break. I
We're
know
not
that
used
for
to
sure.
it during that.
We're really not. I mean, as kids,
we
yeah,
had it.
but
We had white Christmases and everything. And then growing up, it just didn't happen. But we were talking about it at work, and they're like, "Yeah, it seems so early." But
and
it's
I don't
a
think
lot.
it's going away.
No,
Like usually it'll
We're getting
snow
more.
and then it'll melt at 45 degrees, but it is really cold.
No, it's been cold.
I think this weekend it's like 3 degrees
Yeah.
at the highest.
What am I doing this weekend? See, I'm just living.
I'm going out with Joe for my insurance. My gosh, for my anniversary.
I'm just living.
I think I'm actually pleasantly surprised and super grateful. And give glory to the Lord because I feel like the clouds have kind of parted.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling a lot better.
Yeah.
Like
good.
mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of scared going into the winter season because I think too it also is just like
well, holidays.
there's like a pressure, like almost like you expect it to happen, and it's like you don't have to like it's almost like this power of suggestion. Like winter's coming, like be careful. I understand that, but sometimes I wonder if it's like we now are accepting like, oh, now I have to go through this because winter's coming. It's like actually I'm really starting to enjoy this winter. And I'm enjoying like not feeling the need to be at every little thing, or I'm really enjoying the like staying home and chilling. However, I do try to get my kids out of the house.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part probably.
Yeah. I feel like my kids, they're weird.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I don't want to leave. But then they're like, I don't want to be here anymore. And I'm like, what do you want? They remind me of that scene in The Notebook where it's like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Just tell me, what do you want? And I'm like, what do you want?
I wonder if we could also take them to like, I wouldn't mind doing one of those ice skating trails.
Oh.
You know? Like it's like a trail in the woods.
I'd hit a tree.
Well, you'd hit it at Ashley. You're not going fast.
Well,
I've watched this girl ice skate.
I do fall gracefully.
Sure. She actually does a pretty good job, but at falling.
Yeah, I do a really good job of falling. I know that.
Yeah.
I fall gently.
But I think being in ministry, there's for so many years, and then not being in ministry the last two, you feel that like that shift and that like probably sadness that you're not so during this holiday, like, oh, we don't have like a staff thing, we don't have a church thing, we don't,
we're so used to being part of a production of some sort.
Yes. And you kind of like
quiet.
It's been and I always thought I would be, we're two years out now of this is our second year not being part of a Christmas production church thing. Last year was harder for sure because it's our first year not.
Yeah.
I mean, you're planning.
You're still grieving.
Yeah. And you're planning Christmas months before Christmas when you're doing these, church productions. And so this year around, I can really feel rest and not feeling this FOMO. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing out on. Yeah. I've just been really enjoying my like circle of friends, and it is much smaller. Yeah. Which makes me sad. That makes me sad. But I think
I was thinking of, I think I text you too, where it's like, oh, we should do a podcast about friendship.
Yeah.
Because that's been really big on my heart lately. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you have seasonal friends, and I am very like good about like, well, that friend was in my life for this season,
Right.
you know,
And I'm
and
not as good as about that than you are. Like, I
yeah,
want to hold on to every friend that I have.
yeah, and I don't know what it is. Like for me, it's just like I'm used to see you later, and
When
it's
I
like
think
2 years
it's
later.
been interesting too, because growing up, I always had my like two best friends,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've always had Terry and Heather,
But I
and
feel like you had friends like on a daily. Does that make sense?
yes,
Like you were with them daily,
daily,
and
daily, like,
I had like my best friends,
mm-hmm,
but we didn't have to hang out daily or anything.
yeah.
Like I was completely fine by myself.
And I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think that was it's interesting because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you would look at you kind of see my world and be like, well, I don't have that. And I think now that we're older, we're realizing that it wasn't that there was anything wrong with you. I think that you
Mm-hmm.
were actually just okay.
Yeah.
Not.
There
Did you
were
ever wonder if
I
something was wrong with
in that
you?
moment, no. Like
Okay.
I look back a lot and I was like, why didn't I hang out with them? Like I had friends, but they were
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
consistently the same people.
Sorry, Joe.
You
I'm
know,
gonna
like
move this a little
there
down.
were like two best friends. It was Lindsay and Angie,
Yeah.
always
Love
consistent,
them.
you
Yeah.
know, and Amber
Right.
Kay, our cousin.
And I love that they also were friends with me. You
Yeah.
know, like it wasn't
Hmm.
you were
It
good
wasn't like a
about
my friend, your friend
yeah,
when it came to them or anything.
right.
Um, but then I had other friends that were just kind of like popcorn friends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like
And those
I
friends are
going through
important.
phases, and it's
Yeah.
like I went through, well, I can't really like, I guess you can say like a skater phase for a while, and so I was always at the skate park hanging out with those groups of friends, and that one was probably the most consistent outside my two friends.
Yeah.
You know, it was like Matt and Erica and, you know, a group of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never was territorial when it came to friends.
I
Something
probably
about it,
was. Yeah.
I just couldn't. I'm just like, oh, you want to go hang out with so and so? Okay, see ya. Like,
Yeah.
that's fine by me.
Yeah.
And I
I
can't say
think
like
I
I never
was.
would get jealous or anything.
Yeah.
It's just I didn't sit on it for very long.
Yeah. I think I really cherished my friends, like, not saying that you didn't. I think
Mhm.
I probably tried to cling on to them a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and tried to make a good thing last
Mhm.
for as long as I
Yeah.
could. Because I hated change. I hated
Mhm.
even like, I think I mentioned this before, like it's hard for me to get a massage because
Mhm.
I know it's going to end. And like
Yeah.
I don't relax in it cuz I'm thinking about how much time I have left.
And
Like
for
that is
me,
really
it's
hard for me.
like I loved change.
Yeah, you
You
are.
know,
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
always like, I want
Change
to
of
get out of here.
scenery,
Yes,
change of yep.
I'm constantly rearranging my
Culture.
furniture.
Mhm.
Always daydreaming about being away from where I'm currently at, kind of thing. Like I'm
Mhm.
always like, "Oh, I just really want to go on this trip, or I want to do this." And um, like Matt and I were talking about the London trip, and I was like, I can do it by myself. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with sitting at a coffee shop by myself. I do it every Saturday,
Yeah.
but it's just like I'm okay doing that and meeting someone and then leaving.
Yeah, and I would want to travel with a friend or with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would want to be able to process
Mm-hmm.
what I'm seeing, how
Yeah.
like when we did the New York trip. I call it a New York trip, but really it was
A
east.
little
Like
bit. Yeah.
we
An East
did
Coast trip.
yeah, but it was just easier to call it that cuz that's where we flew into.
Mm-hmm.
Um but it was so cool to kind of just like at the end of the night or while we were in the car, we would just process what we just saw or what
Yeah.
we loved. And I've always been that like when Terry and I, we'd always uh, walk to the movie theater. My
Mm-hmm.
favorite was walking back and talking about
What you
how we
guys
felt about the
watched.
movie. That's like one
Yeah.
of my favorite things to do. And so I just love processing
Yeah.
and I love hearing what other people, you know, thought of things. And so I think I would struggle like
Mm-hmm.
not talking about all of that stuff.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did a lot of, like, I don't journal now, but I did a lot of journaling then where it
Yeah.
was just like the emotions or like what I've seen. I remember doing a trip to mom's and I was taking a train there and I was sitting there and I would just sketch like
Mm.
people that I would see and then I
Mhm.
would write about it. And some of it was very comedic.
Mhm.
Is that the right word?
Yeah,
Comedic?
comedic.
It felt weird coming out of my mouth. But
Comedic.
comedic.
Yeah.
But then I would go and I'd show it to mom and be like, yeah, and then I like saw this person and I thought it fell, or that person fell, but it was really their suitcase and my heart dropped, like kind of
Yeah.
things. But I would draw these things out. And I did that even when I would go to like Lindsay's when she lived in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And I would like journal like our night and I would draw pictures of what happened and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But there was a time in my depression where I got rid of all of that because are
you sad that you did?
I am in a way, but I'm not because like I don't know. I guess I don't like process it like I
Mhm.
wish I wouldn't have done that. I still have some very important ones that
Mhm.
I just like the one that you gave me that was a Christmas gift, like I think when you were still in the Honor Academy. But like I got rid of
I don't remember.
yeah, you were like poor. And you got one of those like it's my favorite one. Just a regular like Harriet the Spy. A regular Liam's way of saying it. A regular. Can I get a regular?
Mhm.
Like Harriet the Spy notebook and you put pictures of me on it and family on it. Like you Mod Podged them on.
Oh, I sent it to you?
And you sent it. No, you brought it. You came home that
That's
Christmas.
right. I did come home. I was
And
poor as
then,
all get out.
You wrote a note in it. And actually, that was the notebook, the journal that got me out of my depression.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
That's
Because I
cool.
reread it. I took it out one day when I had like this breakthrough in my depression.
Yeah.
And
Isn't that beautiful in the clouds
Yeah.
part?
yeah. And
Yeah.
that was like a
Oh,
big part of
thank
it
you, Lord.
because I took it out and I opened it up. And the part that like I loved was when you had written in there
Mhm.
when you gave it to me and you said, write what your heart's desire is.
Mm.
And it just like, I look at that and I was like, I'm doing that right now, even, like
Yeah.
in a different form. It's not in journaling, but it's in writing. But
I remember when you were going through one of your bouts after Lainey, I got you like a bracelet that said fearless.
Yes, I
and
still
that
have
was
that.
like,
Yep.
I remember that one.
I would put it on last year when I was having the hardest times.
Yeah,
And I would be
uh-huh.
like, I can do this. I can get through this day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have that one. It's one of my favorite pieces. And no, I got rid of the journals because I didn't want to exist.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave anything for my kids. I didn't want to leave anything
Mm.
because it was in that mindset of like, why do I exist?
Right.
I don't want to be
Right.
known.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just started ripping things up and
Yeah.
kept a few things. And then
You were like Eliza Hamilton.
I don't even know who the heck that is.
Elizabeth Hamilton?
Is that Mr. Hamilton's wife?
Alexander Hamilton's wife. She burned all the letters. Except for a few, which is why they don't know so much about like after the affair and everything, because she burnt all of the letters.
Her affair or his affair?
His affair
Ouch.
with,
I mean, it'd be ouch either way. But
yeah.
I have not seen or do I know anything about Hamilton really? I don't. I tried.
Here's the thing.
I tried.
Here's what I'm going to say, okay? At the risk of sounding like a hipster, I loved Hamilton before everyone else did. And not the musical. The actual loved Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton, because I read a historical fiction book called My Dear Hamilton. And it's basically like as many of the letters that she wrote and he wrote to her that they like kind of built a story as truthful as possible around their notes and around history and what they know of Alexander and his wife. And so I read that before Hamilton became like a big musical thing.
Yeah.
And then, which is why I wouldn't watch the musical. Because I'm like, I don't even know how accurate this is. Like, I just kind of feel like a little stinker about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I didn't watch the musical until like 3 years after, like 2023, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 22.
Because I know that you got really into the musical after that.
I did.
And the
I was
girls
like,
did.
Yep. Now we're just
Yeah.
like a huge, and I love it so much. It makes me so happy. And he did a good job at writing as much. There's some things that where I'm like, actually, she did have a brother or a couple brothers or whatever. Like in the song, she talks about how she doesn't have any.
I have a couple brothers.
Yep, you do.
Yep.
So do I. Yeah. So I think, I'm really, really eager to get through this season. Of winteriness of because I feel like I am excited to get into the spring and get back out and play pickleball and do my walks. Like that's one thing that's been hard for me is that Steven and I, Steven is like he's like a brother to us. Like he's our best friend. And so he usually walks with me almost every night. And we just haven't been able to do that. Yeah. Like, and so that's been really hard for me.
I think it's hard for me to find time. I'd have to wake up really early, or I'd have to.
You really have to
shuffle something.
I mean, Steven has to do it pretty much right when he gets off work. So I try to keep my schedule.
Me, it's like I gotta make dinner.
I know. I know. That's where it's like really tricky. But in the summer, you could walk at 8. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the
right.
Yeah.
Well, in the summer it's easy because I'm not working in the summer.
Right.
But I was thinking about it today, where it's like, do I really want to wake up earlier? Yeah. To get something moving. But it's hard because I already wake up at 6:20.
I'm such a night owl.
I'm getting more and more into the morning piece. Like I woke up at 6 something this morning and the sun wasn't even really shining much. Yeah. I was like, I kind of like this. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. And I think there's some
Brandon to do that for me when he would come over and do construction in the morning.
I think there's some things that we want to work on in the spring on the house. Nothing crazy, but just like maybe a sliding door for the kitchen, and then
nothing crazy, just a sliding door to be put in that doesn't exist currently.
Maybe a very like not too expensive of a remodel in the bathroom. Like we'll keep the bathtub, and then we'll just kind of work around it. But and then we'll be good. And then we're also like praying through whether or not we want to have a different home. Yeah. And where that home, like not like outside of our, like it would have to be Fort or Jefferson kind of area. Maybe the only way that I would ever go towards Whitewater is if it's Papa's land. That's the only, so
Whitewater.
I just can't.
No,
I'm sorry.
Someone said something to me today about it, and I was like,
"Oh, interesting."
Whitewater. I don't remember what it was. I was like, "No." Oh, I told him like I avoid that like the plague.
It's true, and it's
if
more
my
of like
parents didn't live there.
Yeah, and we grew up there, and it was great, but it's just it's changed so much. It really has.
But it. No way! It was a mosquito coming to my face. It does not bring me joy. Yeah. It doesn't bring me joy. Right. Like, looking at it.
I feel like Whitewater is like the whole, like, exposure therapy. Like, you got it. Like, you have to... driving through it is just like... I don't know. There's some things
there are moments or certain points where I'm just like, oh, that's a good memory. Then there's a lot of places where I'm just like...
I'll be honest. I think sometimes it's hard to drive past the church.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm being completely honest.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, it's hard for... I don't even know if I rarely go by the church that we went to. Right. That we were part of. Right. Before we left. It was very hard in the beginning. Like, I could do it now. But in the beginning, and we lived across the street.
Lord is,
pretty
I will
much.
say the Lord has done so much in this past 2 years in our hearts, and like I know Joe's amazing, and I love that man so much. And through his broken heart, like he has sat in, like driven to the church that we served at and poured so much into, and just parked there and prayed over the church. Like he's done that recently. And And so I love,
My thing was I've always said it where it's like I've never wanted it to shut down. I've wanted it to
yeah.
grow and change.
Yeah, I think
You
that
know?
there's some leadership that
Mm-hmm.
needed to be
It's like you either
shifted and
yes.
changed,
I was like you
and
either need to leave or change.
held accountable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, and I think it's hard because there is still that leadership that's still there.
There.
And so
Yeah.
it is hard.
It
And maybe
is.
they have grown and changed and all that good stuff,
And
and
I
that would
think
be awesome.
that also like piggybacks into the friendship area where it's like we didn't lose a lot of friends, if that makes sense. Like we didn't lose them,
Mm-hmm.
but we definitely don't have them.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a hard one because I remember when Matt and I first left. We left. When we left. Just it was our choice. We're like, it's time. Like
You've gone through a lot.
we went through a lot. We went through the ringer for over a year fighting with like an understanding where it's like I don't understand this, like, and asking for help and being like, please let us like help us to understand why these things are going the way they are, you know.
Right.
And so we pressed and just did what we believed we were supposed to do in that time. But when we left and Matt and I were both on board with it, it was, and I was wanting to leave way before, and Matt was not there. And I'm like, well, we gotta do this together kind of thing. So I really struggled with staying. And when we left and told the leaders that we were done and we needed time away, but we knew we weren't coming back.
Yeah.
And I think they did too. I think we even said that, like, we're just done. We gotta leave.
Yeah.
We would go into public places, like we would go into the grocery store and we would feel like we were lepers.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We felt like we did something so wrong and we didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Like,
right.
we questioned authority and that was an issue.
I don't even know that I would call it questioned authority. I think that you tried to hold authority accountable.
Mm-hmm.
They looked at it as questioning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you
because we were
very
trying to
biblically,
understand.
very gently.
Yes.
It wasn't like you came in guns a-blazing. You guys did it in such
very
a
private at first.
Yeah. And so I feel like you guys did a good job.
We were trying to protect everyone.
Well, and
but then we ended up
there's so many
not protecting ourselves.
Right.
But it was just a hard transition out of that into, like, we just felt like we were just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And realizing that a lot of relationships that we had were no longer just by silence. And it wasn't like silence was the killer in that, you know. It was just like, do they even care? Like,
do they even believe you?
Yeah.
Do they even,
were they fed something different because they didn't know, none of them came to us. There were a few that did. They're like, can we have dinner? We want to talk to you about this. We're like, absolutely.
That's awesome.
You know, and
good for them.
Told them what happened to us. We couldn't tell them what happened to other people, like, because it wasn't our story to tell.
Right.
But it all linked together and it made sense because they met with multiple people about things. But that was a really hard one when it came to friendship. And I had said to Joe yesterday, like, so I had a question about the Bible and everything. And I was saying, like, hey, in the Bible, does it say this? Like, I'm trying to remember, you know, like, why didn't Jesus heal these people, you know? And he had to explain it to me because I was like, I'm just trying to remember what I was taught in church, what I saw in clips and what's really in the Bible, because sometimes you're fed things even at the church that you're just like, wait, I was conditioned to it's a higher spiritual thing when it really isn't supposed to be that.
And
that way.
In those kind of questions, there's so many different that you're theorizing and you're trying to figure out, like, you know, the heart of God, but also trying to figure out why. And those are so many, you know, tricky things.
And it's been a journey of reset for me, like the past, because I think we've been out of the church for 3.5 years. Because I think we left maybe a
Yeah,
year
I think
before
you
you
guys left
guys.
about a year before us.
And to me, it was just kind of like going through the grieving, going through all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was like the past year, it's like, I have to reset.
Mm-hmm.
Like things that I was taught, things that I was told, because I don't know how much of that is like
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And some people have power trips, and
Right.
I'm just like, was this something that they wanted to have control? And I'm not saying they were, it's just now I'm questioning things,
Yeah.
you
Right.
know, but yeah,
Yeah.
just a lot of growing in a different way this year.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of see how that
Yeah.
pans out.
Yeah. And I think we'll probably do, because we'll wrap up this episode and, but I think we have been really wanting to discuss, explain, and kind of share more of what we've gone through um in our experience leaving the church. I know that
Yeah.
that's something that we desire. We're just really trying to be prayerful about it and do it in a way that honors the Lord, and making sure that there
I mean, there's truth and respect that we really want to make sure that we
right.
cover.
We do care about the truth, and we also care about the purpose behind it. And we care about, because my heart to share that isn't to get anyone on my side. My heart to share that, to share what, or to like expose blah, 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 is really just to honestly like walk people through, one, looking for the red flags, walking people through, this is like something to look for, or this is, like kind of and also how we sought the Lord's face throughout that. It's more of just like, I guess, like,
and just hearing the Lord,
experience,
and leaning on that, because there are like people that you can hear something from the Lord, be shown something from the Lord, and you're just kind of questioning, like, should I be here? And then others my eyes go across. Saw something. There are others that will kind of talk you out of it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to lose you, or they don't want things to be like seen that way, or, what I mean? Like fear based is usually where it's at.
Yeah.
But it's just holding on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of visions that I really believe the Lord gave me that, like, after the fact of everything, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
A lot of discernment was placed in there too.
Yep. I think that we'll probably have an episode that is, leaning into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, and, there are still people that there are still friendships that we cherish that still go to the church that we served at and loved so much. Yep. And so we're, obviously just being sensitive and making, to that, but also
it's also our story.
And they know truth. That they're like, they're willing to make sure that, they're willing, these people are awesome. And they're like, that is your story, and that is, you can share that. And so, so I appreciate the maturity there. That takes a lot of maturity. So, okay, I'm going to pray.
Okay.
And then we'll wrap up. Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for clouds that have parted. We're so thankful for how well and you've held us and you keep us. And Lord, we just want more of you, more and more of you during this season. And if there are people who are struggling during this time, Lord, I just ask that you meet them where they are, and that they can find safety underneath the shadows of your wings, and that they can see and feel the joy of your Son who came to earth, Emmanuel, God with us. And so, Lord, we just thank you so much again for your Son, and also, Lord, teach us, show us how we can be there for those who are struggling in this season. And we just give you all the honor and the praise in your most precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to Real as Possible. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the laughs with someone who needs it. See you next time.